D18 Ministries is one of the amazing ministries that are in to bless people, our generation and the youth as a whole. Well, today we charged on with one of the amazing and back projects that are in the Combo Summit 2024. We decided to have a short conversation with the director who is behind the whole D18 ministry. What is it all about? Their theme and of course expectation for 2024. My name is Frida. Without wasting my time, let's introduce Reverend Doris Donko, who is the director for D18 ministry. Good to see you, Mama.
Thank you so much. How do you say that in like Boza, right?
It's Boza,
right.
Yeah. Happy New Year. It's been a while.
Same here.
Yes.
Same here.
I know, quickly let me just ask, I'm sure every year there is a theme, but let's look at your ministry theme for 2024. Do you have any theme for 2024?
Okay, so D18 ministry, even though we are focused on young people and mentoring, we are multifaceted in terms of the activities we do in the year. But for the purpose of the summit, our theme is what next.
What next?
So simply
what next? All right, so we come back to the theme. Let's talk about D18. What does D18 ministry all about?
Daniel 18 ministry, once again, like I said, is a mentoring ministry or organization, and our focus is on young people. If you see, look at our brochures, look at our website, we say every child, we love every child, we don't conditional them, we give them resource, not monetary per se, but knowledge. We impart in them the requisite principles and skills that they need to become a better adult. And for those of us who are believers who know Daniel 1:8 and what it stands for, it said Daniel purposed in his heart that he will not defile himself with the king's food or the wine that came off his table. So our belief is that you can be young and still take very good decisions for your life. It doesn't matter whether you are in a very polluted environment, you can still be young in a polluted environment and still stand out, just like Daniel did in the Bible. So yeah, that's
okay.
it.
So D18 was established which year, and how many years are you?
So we are in D18 started in 2017. We are 5 years and going on to 6 years. In June, April or so will be 6 years.
Will you tell us the inspiration behind D18 ministry? What really inspired you to set up this ministry?
So for almost all my life, I have been working with children. I love working with children and young people. It's just something that I do. And in my church, I started children's ministry in 1998. I was running the children's ministry up to for as long as I can remember. And I love working with children. But I have a passion for young people because I believe sometimes we neglect them, we take them for granted. We think that they will get it when they get there, but they never get it, and they get confused. So I believe that it is important that somebody or people in society or organizations take it upon themselves to be intentional about teaching them the skills for life. So that was a passion. When I started, I was focused on the girls. I felt like girls were vulnerable. They are the ones that get beaten at the end of the day. When I say beaten, not literally, but they are the one at the receiving end. And so I started as a gift club, girls in faith together. And when we went on, I realized that if you teach the girls alone, there's so many with the boys. So if the boys don't get it, they're still going to get the girls to get beaten up again. So we have to bring the boys and girls together, and then D18 came up. For both boys and girls now.
Will you say you are so proud and achieved D18 ministry?
I am extremely proud, and I tell my members and kids in office all the time that if you die and come back again to this world, I'll still do this thing over and over again. I believe that where we are at right now, we are just at the tip of where the Lord wants to take us to, because there's so much to do with young people. And when you come to my office, I have this picture on the side of my office table of the ministry are launching in 2018, and a picture of these ones. And anytime I look at the picture and I see some of them right now, and I look at how they have grown, it's my inspiration. And no matter how old that picture gets, it will still be there, because that will tell me how far the kids have gone right now. Some of them in university, some of them will be out very soon. They'll be working and married and all that, and that will be my inspiration, that this is how you started and that's how far you are right now. So yeah, I'm very proud of what we have done and where we are going.
I'm sure somebody will be watching us and want to be part of D18 ministry. What are the process? So do you have any procedures where you have to go?
So D18, beyond the programs we do, we started with chapter meetings. So the chapter meetings, these young ones gather, they learn the Bible and other social activities. But the chapters, normally what we do is that we don't go around establishing chapters anywhere, except somebody draws our attention and say, hey, I'm in Accra, or I'm in Kumasi, or I'm in this village somewhere, and I love the ministry, I want to start the chapter. Then you become the main person in there that, you know, runs the chapter. We support you with material and other ways that we can support you to do it. Because if we start establishing chapter everywhere, then we don't know how we're going to run it, and it's going to run down. So we encourage people to want to do this, and then when they start, we give them the push wherever they are. But in terms of our programs and our events, hey, everybody is welcome to come on board. For example, the summit, you are welcome to come on board and join. Some people are calling for summits being held not just in Sunyani, maybe in other areas as well. We'll see how that goes as the year goes along.
And the background, is it for everybody, or have a target group for this ministry?
So our target is young people. In terms of religious background, we don't discriminate. Now, here is where we have a little caveat. We accept children or young people from every background. But one thing is that we don't compromise on our Christian values. So you can be a Muslim, you can be a Buddhist, you can be whatever. But when you get into our ministry, our core values is founded on scriptures, and that is something we don't compromise on at all. Yes.
So let's talk about combo. Like combo, we know summit is something. What's the meaning of combo?
So when we started, we were having the boys summit impact, which became impact now this year, from last year, and then we have the blast for the girls. Now sometimes I realize that some of the topical issues, it's not necessary to separate them. It's not really, it doesn't make any difference to separate them. So we bring them together. So combo is basically bringing the two summits together. So for example, this year was a combo. Both boys and girls were in there. But when you check our banner stands, you realize that we still had separate banners for them to register in people's minds that there are two different summits that are coming together.
Oh, okay. So yearly, how many summits do you?
So we do two, boys and girls summit. Normally we do them concurrently. So whilst the girls are going on this side, boys. Some days too we do one on this day and the other one. But 6 March has become our signature date.
Okay.
That's what we do. This year we're hoping to do senior high by senior high, but realized that boy, it was going to be a lot on our plate. So we decided to do the combo with them. Next year we'll see what we do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, we're talking to the director of D18 Ministries, that is Pastor Doris Donko. And I have really had an amazing time. It's Combo Summit 2024. And she has given us so many angles where if you're a parent, I would just encourage you, the best ministry for you to adopt your child is D18 Ministry. They will train him or her. That passion in her. If your child is stubborn, bring them to her, and she will train them for you. They are looking in imparting the young ones and setting a legacy. And trust me, D18 Ministry is one of the ministries. If you're a parent, you should think about it and join your child with them as well. But Director, before we wrap up, let's talk about the theme. What next? I was just viewing that. What is next? I was like, what is next? As in, it's a big question.
Exactly.
Tell us, what is the story behind this theme?
So thank you very much. So the story is simple. Many people are walking confused. It is not just limited to our young ones, even some of us older ones. Even at this age, people are still asking themselves what next. And trust me, it's a question we're going to ask for the rest of our lives. What next? Marriage, what next? Academics, what next? Our finances, what next? So we realized that instead of waiting for the young ones to get to a certain age, when their what next become very difficult to answer, why not catch them young? Make sure they understand the terrain, the options that are there for them, so that when they are saying what next, or when they are asking that question, the options are there. And sometimes the options that are there, society have made it like, this is not an option for you, this is not something you should be doing, this is downgrading. Today when I was talking to my group, even though they were not part of the main core group, somebody said, the job that if you give me I will not do at all is tailoring, because I think it's a low grade job. You understand? But after talking, she herself started coming up with answers that she understood that, so it's not low grade after all. It's about the value I put on myself in any area I find myself. So what next means, what am I supposed to do? And these questions are begging for answers. And unfortunately, they cannot find the right people. That's why I'm very grateful for you guys and all the mentors that came around, that they were willing to share their experience so that the young one can know that your question can be answered, and we are here to answer them for you. So that's what NET is all about.
Wow. Before I wrap up, we talk about the Potter's Workshop. It's another project. Can you brief us a little bit?
So Potter's Workshop is basically a vocational program. We started with beading and sewing. God being so good, people have been very generous with us in terms of helping us set up and all that. We have some sewing class going on currently. We have beginners class, intermediate, and then the advanced class at the moment. Currently we have about 7 students and hoping to add on more. And we also have packages for students who cannot afford to pay, because it's quite costly to train them. So we get their stories, and then we try to talk to friends around us to be able to help them to get to learn the sewing. So we have a center. We are still hoping, we are currently trying to expand the hall with a new project so we can have a bigger hall space where their storage and mannequins and other things can be fitted in.
Okay.
So Potter's Workshop, also coming from scriptures. I told you we are found in scriptures. The Bible talks about the Potter's Workshop where the potters got mad, and then the pot got mad, and the potter had to pick it up again, redo it, and bring it back to the shape he wanted it to be. The same way, when you come there, we don't just give you sewing or bidding, we give you more. We shape your life for a better entrepreneurship, better entrepreneur out there. So yeah, that's what the Potter's Workshop. But currently it's bidding and sewing. As we go along, we are thinking of adding baking and other things
Okay,
as well.
and where is it located?
Sunyani Mayfair.
Okay.
Just off the junction, second building. That's where we have it. D18 office, we have the center as well in the same space.
Wow. Pastor, thank you so much for your time. Your final words to the young ones who are watching us today.
Thank you so much, Frida and the team, for coming and also for taking the time to ask these questions. I want to tell the young ones out there, I know that sometimes we are tempted to speak the way adults are speaking, especially now with the economic crisis and struggles. You tune on radio, you're hearing negative. You tune on television, you're hearing negative. And our language has changed to become very political and talking about how things are bad and let's sell the nation. There is hope. There is hope for us as young people. There is hope for us. And I want to encourage you that the Bible says in Colossians 3 verse 23, that whatsoever your hands find doing as though you are doing unto God, not unto men. So I want to encourage you, if it's school you want to go to, please do it with all diligence. A trade you want to learn, a skill you want to learn, do it with all diligence. Leave nothing out. Don't let anything hold you down. Don't let anything fade you out. And our parents, I want to encourage you, let's be good stewards of these ones the Lord has given us. Because one day, God will ask us how we train these young ones. We might not have the answers to give God. So please, whether you are a parent or a young one, I want you to pay attention to the lives that God has given us and do it well so we can be accountable. Before I end, I want to encourage you, we also have an online chapter. We post our videos every Saturday for those who are not within Sunyani and environment. If you want to join us every Saturday between 5 and 6. We post our videos of our different activities that we do. You'll be blessed if you join us. God bless you so much for taking the pain to listen to.
Wow, thank you so much. And that was Pastor Doris Donko, of course, the director for D18 Ministries. I really so grateful for being part of their summit, the Combo Summit 2024. My name is Frida. This is MERRO-X TV. God bless you and see you soon.